I hope you all are doing well. I am trying to post on my Facebook, and I think I may have posted to my personal page. Oh, isn't that the way it usually works? Let's see. I am there. I am on the right page. But apparently, I am not. Hmm. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. You know, it's always a hit or miss. Okay, let's try it again. Make sure that you are commenting and that you are sharing. It is, there we go. I think I am seeing everything now. Hello, Verna. All right, let me try this one more time, y'all. Oh. Nope, that is wrong. Oh. Okay, we'll have to share it later, I guess. Who knows? All right, so here we are. It is Wednesday, not Monday, and I will probably say Monday 16 times before we're done. It has felt like a Monday all day long. I went back to work today, had a 4-day weekend. It was amazing. Ben and I did a lot of vegging and watching movies, and it was great. I did go see my grandmother for a little while on Monday, and beyond that, I have completely relaxed for almost a full 4 days. So it was quite amazing. Hello, Nancy. Hey, Deb. Hey, Linda. How are y'all? Okay, I have prizes from last week. You get prizes when you get your name into the hat for a prize when you share, you like, and you comment. The share is you want to share to one of your pages, your personal pages. The like is just giving a big thumbs up, which helps. And then, of course, when you comment, that helps as well. So make sure you do all of that. But our last week's winner, Deb, you won let's see, Fan Baker's Twine, which this is some of my favorite. I might have a couple packs of these stored away. Because the colors are good, because y'all know Night of Navy is my thing. And then Carrie Good, you won the stamp set called Amazing Year, so I will get that out to you. I have both of your addresses, so I will send that y'all's way. Hello, Sharon. Prizes for next week. I've got a pack of embellishments. These are called the Petal Adhesive Back Sequence. And then I also have the Simply Elegant Trim, which I use this quite a bit too. So good, good prizes. So comment, share, thumbs up, all that fun stuff will get you in that drawing. And I think that's it for my face. So I'm going to put you guys down onto the table because I do have a lot to show you. And I need to also make sure that I'm up high enough because I did some adjusting for a video and I think I may have gotten it too low, but we're going to see. And of course, hold on. All right, I think we'll be okay. I'll just have to remember to stick within this box right here. Okay, so we have a lot that is starting with Stampin' Up! Tomorrow, so I wanted to run through all of that with you guys. We have what is called bonus days. Basically, what bonus days is, it is you spend $50 and you get a $5 coupon. For every $50 you spend. So if you spend $100, you get 2. And it's a great time to kind of stock up on some, essentials like cardstock, adhesive, that kind of stuff. And then in August, you get to actually spend or use those coupons. So it gives you a nice little discount. So it's always fun. When you redeem it, if you have any issues, obviously I am more than welcome to help you with walking through all of that. So just know that from July the 6th to July the 31st, that you will you will get $5 for every $50 that you spend. And there's no limit. So if you spend $500, for every 50, you get 5, which is great. I like to stock up on my cardstock and my adhesive when it's bonus days. And bonus days only happens once a year. So, and I thought last year it may have been in August, but I could be wrong on that. Okay, the next little thing is paper pumpkin. We are going to be playing with the June paper pumpkin today, so I thought I would mention that next month, or the July paper pumpkin, you have till July the 10th to sign up. So that's next week. You're right, 8, 9, 10, yeah, next Monday. So you've got 1 week to sign up for the paper pumpkin, and it's like a beachy theme. It's fun in the sun, and it's gonna be cute. I like the summer ones because of the fun colors that they have, which is nice, but they kind of cater them toward sometimes kids too, which is always great as well, because a lot of the people that are my customers, especially online, they have kids that love the paper pumpkins. So I always enjoy the summer ones, and I also enjoy doing the alternatives with the summer ones. Okay, so don't forget about that by July the 10th. Excuse the poor print because my printer ran out of ink while I was printing these about 30 minutes ago. I have a Christmas in July class. Christmas in July class will be on July the 22nd. We will be using a new set, a new online exclusive set that comes out tomorrow. So we have a whole new slew of products that will start posting in the online exclusive category on our website, and one of those happens to be what is called Horse and Sleigh. Now, as a demonstrator, I get to order these as a pre-order, so I already have my hands on this. Now, we don't get access to all the things, but we do get some, and this was one of them that we got to get our hands on early. I decided to do a Christmas in July class with that. Class is $45. And you can either take it in person or you can take it as a to-go class. If you take it as a to-go class, it's $52 because that includes the shipping to get it to you. Shipping is going up and the class is already a pretty good price for what you get in it. So you pay the $45 plus the $8 in shipping. So it becomes that $52. If you want to add on this bundle, you can do that also. So if you're doing it in class on the 22nd with me, I will have this bundle for you to use. But if you wanted your own, you can also order that through me and get that bundle for $52, which I pay the tax and the shipping on it. So I'm doing it very much like I do my club. And that's just because it is a good, cute set. So, and you know, sometimes you start creating and you want to be able to create some more. So that is it. It's $45. Here is a sneak peek of the cards that are being created, that you will create in class. And I showed this one, I think, last week. There's a link in the description of this video if you would like to register for this class. You can do it there. And again, just make sure that if you want it to go, that you click on the to go shipping price as well. Okay, so that is Christmas in July class. And again, that's the 22nd. I will tell you, you do get a pack of this embellishment. You get a full pack of the One Horse Open Sleigh DSP that coordinates. So you get all these little papers that are here in the background. You'll get all those. You do have to cut those, and we'll cut them in class, and I promise it's real easy. I didn't make weird measurements or anything, and we'll have plenty of cutters for you as well. But you'll get a whole pack of this paper, and then you'll get the embellishment, plus you'll get a pack of the linen thread. So, and then of course you get all the make and takes, which I think is a good price for $45. So, oh, thank you, Verna. Okay, so that is Christmas in July. Now, I also have my Simply Creative monthly club. We are using the Swedish cherries. We're using the Swedish cherries in my class on Saturday as well, so I don't have the bundle over here. But these are the cards that you would use for the Swedish Cherry Club for July. All of the cards, you get to make 6 cards. It's $39 for a club, and then you can add on that bundle as well. Club comes with a pack of the rhinestones, half a pack of the Brights 6x6 paper, and then a whole bolt of the black and white gingham. And that's all for $39 if you're interested in joining club. You can join club with the link in the description of this video. So that is there as well. Okay, then last but not least, I think last but not least, yep. Last but not least, Simply Creative Retreat. So I know I say Simply Creative a lot, but that kind of plays on my Simply Elizabeth name, and of course we are creative, so I decided to kind of play off of that with everything. So it's called Simply Creative Retreat. Simply Creative Retreat will be Friday, August the 18th, starting at 10 a.m. and then will be through Saturday, August the 19th, 10 p.m. You can spend the night if you want. You can you can stay up with me all night. You can go home. And sorry y'all, my camera is moving for some reason. There is all kinds of things that you can do. I am a night owl person. So if you are a person who likes to stay up till 2 or 3 a.m., I'll be there with you. And what will happen with the retreat is you bring your own stuff to craft on. A lot of people get confused on that, but you in your downtime will do that, but there are lots of other things that are included in your retreat. The cost is $95, but you get a goodie bag, and you get pillow gifts that are valued at over $50. You get to make 4 make and takes. So there's cards that you'll make, and I'll be honest with you, I usually don't stop at 4. And I've already created 3, so there may be, I don't know, some more because I can't stop yet. Because, you get ideas in your head and you just keep going. Then you also get fun games with prizes. There's random door prizes that are given away as well. We have what's called Take a Chance. You get tickets and you can put them in different buckets. There are things like a scoreboard, a paper trimmer. There will be some other, our larger prizes. There may also be a mini blue cut and emboss machine that is in that as well. For those. And so you get to take a chance and see if you can win those with some door prize or with some tickets. There's also 2 available add-on classes that you can get. You can go to the link that's in the description of this video and it'll give you all the information there as well. But I kind of wanted to talk about it because I had gotten some questions on things. So you get your own 6-foot table, and some of them will be 8 feet, but you'll get at least 6 feet of crafting area. And then you also get the use of all my supplies that I have. So like my punches, my dies, my stamp sets, all that goes with me, and you have the ability to use that as well. So if you don't have a set, it's a perfect time to do it. You can come and make a card and not have to buy the set. So if you're interested in that, a $50 deposit, non-refundable deposit, is due by July the 29th, and then you can pay the remainder of it by August the 10th. So if you're interested or you have questions, please let me know. But again, the link is in the description of this video. Okay, I think that is it. I've gone through a lot, I know, but again, there are links in the description. I try to put everything there so that if you are confused on something or you have questions on something, that it has all that information there for you. So feel free to check it out. Click on the links. It'll take you right where you need to go. Okay, today we're going to do some crafting fun. And you can see I don't have anything really left from this set, because I will say I am not a fan of the countryside in suite. Not necessarily the biggest fan. I do like the dies, but that's about it. So let's just say that I probably won't buy the stamp set, but the dies might be in the inbox now, in the cart box for me, because after playing with this set, I have fallen in love with the paper, and I've fallen in love with the die cuts. Now, of course, the die cuts are not exactly, that are in the paper pumpkin are not exactly like the suite that you get, but the size is about the same for one of them, and you can do this with them as well. So I had a lot of fun playing with these. Let me show you how the cards were to be made. I always make at least those before I start playing around. So those are the cards. Yeah, Verna, I mean, and I'm going to tell you that a lot of people have been using it and it still has just not triggered. Now, I will say if it had vases and stuff in it, I probably would have fallen in love with it. But the dies I'm good with, but the stamp set, you're going to have to convince me. Still convince me on that one. But the dies, yes, I'm definitely convinced on the dies now. So these are the way that 3 cards were intended to be made. And we're going to make 2 cards, and then I have a 3D project for you that will carry your cards. So I'm super excited about that. I do have some kits. I'm going to put that over there so it doesn't have my address. I do have some kits available still. I've got 2 more left. So I've got this one and one other one left. These also come with some dies, and I have the add-on dies. So if you want the paper pumpkin, I also have the dies, and it's 3 little dies. This kit is $25, and then the dies are $6, and then it's $5 to mail it. So if you are wanting, and I'm sorry, that's $25. That includes the shipping. And then you've got the dies, which are $6. So you could do the 25 and the 6 if you wanted both. But these are the 3 little dies that come with it. So that cuts out one of the flowers, and that cuts out that vase that they use in a lot of the cards. So, all right, let's get down to business, because that's a lot of talking. And y'all don't come here to listen to me talk. Y'all come here to watch me put it together, put all these new little crafty things together, don't you? Okay, let's do this one first, because that's what's easiest to get to. My tray is not very big, and when you have a 3D project, it takes up the majority of it. All right, oh, this is the stamp set. Let's see. Thank you for your hospitality. I don't think I've ever seen Stampin' Up! Come up or use the word hospitality. I don't think I've ever seen them do that before. So that was kind of intriguing. And then you've got welcome, and you've got you're invited, and then you've got friend. This right here is the vase, and I love it. And the die will cut out this, and then you've got this flower, which that gets cut out as well. And then you've just got like a whole big bunch of flowers and fern leaves, that kind of stuff there. Okay, so this is going to be our first card, and I think I've done all the die cutting that we will need. You're going to have to watch me fussy cut. Sorry about that. They are, these cards for this set are really pretty. They're very elegant, which is good. That's what we need. We need some elegant stuff. We've had some kids stuff lately, so good to switch it up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut out this before we do any stamping. And I'm going to leave a white space around the flower. And it's probably not going to be perfect because I am talking and cutting at the same time. And y'all know how well that goes for me, because you all know how much I love fussy cutting anyway. But I felt like when I put this card together, I didn't originally have any flowers behind it, and I felt like it was too plain. And so I was like, well, I could stamp and die cut a whole bunch, but then I was like, okay, that would take forever. So then I figured, well, you know what? We'll just fussy cut. So here we are, we're fussy cutting. And I'm not being perfect. So, and no one's ever gonna notice it. I am cutting off the green, so you will have a little bit of that green left, but don't worry about it. No one will notice, I promise. I promise. But these are really easy cards. You know, if the fussy cutting doesn't make you want to rip your eyeballs out. No offense on that one. I am not a fussy cutter person. What is it, Michelle, that you say? Fussy cussing, I think it is. And yeah, I would probably agree with you on that one. It is fussy cussing. Okay, so that is the only cutting that we need for that. We are going to grab a little piece of grid paper here because we're going to stamp our flower across here because we don't want that to just be bare white. So we're going to take some Calypso Coral, we're going to ink it up, and we're going to stamp our flower three times across, like that. And our sentiment is already stamped because it came in the kit. And this little vase right here is one of the pieces from the kit as well, so I didn't even have to die cut that. And then of course this is from the kit. This right here is called Shimmer specialty paper. I do want to say that this is the first time I've used this shimmer paper. We have had it in the past, but y'all, I love the colors in this pack, so I had to use it on this. And then of course here's the DSP, and this Countryside, I can't remember what the name of it is, but I'm falling in love with it. I like blues a lot, but I'm falling in love with the patterns, which I was having a hard time at first, but after playing with it, I'm starting to fall in love with it. And you can see this is a mini version of this, which is kind of cool. Okay. Now we are going to fold this in half. And I think my camera has gone crooked again. So I'm going to try to be crooked with the camera so that it looks straight to y'all. I don't know what's going on with it. You know, it's a brand new stand, but I seem to be having problems with it, and I'm sure that it is user error. I can be positive on that one. I don't know if I've loosened something on it because I move it so much. I am not sure. Okay, so this is just going to go right across the center like this, and I'm just going to make sure that I get it lined up with that edge. Okay, then we are going to pop this up, and I'm going to use a lot of dimensionals because as it being shimmer paper, it is a little wobbly like DSP. So it needs extra dimensional love. And because normally on a piece like this, I wouldn't put quite this many on it, but it needs it. And then we will stick this right onto, yeah, Linda, I am falling in love with the paper, falling in love with it. Okay, so then we're gonna just stick this here in the center, as close to straight as I can possibly make it. We are then going to take and put adhesive on the back of our stamped vase, or vase, however you say it. From the South, we say vase. And we're just gonna stick that right there. And you can see my flower is crooked, but it's not the end of the world either on that. I don't know how I made it so crooked. We're gonna turn this over, put a dimensional on that side. And let's put one on this side. We will pop this right over here like this, and we're gonna go down just slightly. Okay, then I'm going to take these flowers, I'm gonna put some adhesive on the back of it, and I'm just gonna tuck it right on down. I might pick it back up a little bit, there we go. So like that, okay? Now I have to grab, well, I lost my sentiment. So we're gonna come in here, we're gonna open this up and see if I accidentally put it back in here. I don't think I did. Nope, I never took it out. There we go. Now with this, we want to put adhesive on the hello side, like that. And I'm just folding over the excess that went across the side there. We're gonna take a little dimensional, so I'm gonna cut this off just a little bit. And we're gonna stick this here. And then we're gonna lay it across here. And so now this side popped up allows it to be level across. And you know what I forgot to put underneath it? The bow, but that's okay. We can do that now. So we're using, one of the things that I'm giving away tonight is the Simply Elegant trim. And that's what we're using on this card. And we're just gonna tie a bow. And I'm gonna pull it tight. And then we're gonna trim off those ends. And I'm gonna do them long and then I'll adjust it because I wanna make sure that there's plenty sticking out from the sentiment. We will grab a glue dot. And then we're just going to stick this right here, and we're sticking it right up next to that vase, that blue flower one. Okay, and then we're gonna trim off there and trim off there. And last but not least, let's add our iridescent basic pearls, because you know a card is even more elegant when you add pearls to it. Yes, Michelle, you are correct. It really, it does make you. We won't say any of those words, will we? Not out loud. There have been times that I have cut myself fussy cutting. So, all right, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I know there's got to be one more somewhere. I think I'm missing one over here. All right, so there we go. There is our first card. And you know, I had to use Night of Navy because, you know, that's my favorite Stampin' Up color. Okay, so there is card number 1. Let me put all these pieces back. And I'm going to stick these up here. And then we're going to grab project number 2. So this is going to be our second card. And of course, again, I'm sticking with the whole vase thing because the vases in this kit are gorgeous. So we are going to, this is one of the pieces that's in the kit. And so that's what I wanted the focal point to be on. All right, so we've got all the pieces. Now in the blog post, because there is a blog post, which you can find in the description of the video, it will give you all the measurements. Now this is one of the cards that actually is from the kit itself, but if you didn't get the kit and you want to kind of recreate this card, I gave you the measurements for a Night of Navy cardstock because that's what this is, okay? So I tried to think, this is also from the kit, but I put the measurement as a Calypso Coral cardstock because that's what it is. Okay, so let's do, and you know what I forgot to put on the inside? I did stamp and put a white piece of paper on the inside. So if you want to do that to your card, you can. This one we don't have to because it's white on the inside. Okay, I need this. We're gonna set these all aside real quick. We are going to adhere these strips to our card, to this piece card, this cardstock right here. And I'm gonna go in the same order that I went before because I liked it. All right. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put adhesive all over our white piece. And I'm just gonna take my seal. I'm gonna go around all four corners, or all four sides, not corners. And then I'm gonna go from the long side just down in strips like that. I'm going to take, and I'm gonna start kind of actually at the bottom because this will end up being my top. And all I'm gonna do is line it up with that edge. So I'm gonna stick it like this to start. And that's gonna get me lined up as close as I possibly can to that edge, which I didn't do a very good job. There we go. Okay, so now we can then take these pieces and butt it right up and then go down. And you're gonna notice that it's longer than the cardstock, and that is a-okay. We are gonna cut it down just a little bit. All right. Now I have to remember where I put my cutter. Okay. So we are going to trim off this edge here. Actually, we're going to start with this side. There we go. Because this is the flat part up there. That's where we want to start. And we're just going to go down. And then over here, we want this to be, I think it's 3 1/4, and now I can't remember. It is 3 1/2 maybe? No, 3 3/4. Okay, so then we're gonna line it up here and we're gonna cut off there. There we go. Actually, we can cut off a little bit more. It must be 3 1/2. I should have printed out the measurements, but I didn't. Okay, so we've got that, and now we're gonna cut off about 1/2 inch from here. We're gonna go about like that. And then that should match up pretty decently. Yep, it does. I probably should have brought my bigger cutter, but the little one is what fit on the tray. I always like to, and I'm going to tell you what I do. So I always like to do longer pieces because if I mess up and have a piece that, you know, doesn't get on there straight, then I'm able to straighten the whole card out. So that's why I do it, so that it actually looks straight when you put it on, which that might be a little crooked anyway, but it's okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over. We're going to put dimensionals on the back. I've got that little one there. Now this has 2 pieces of cardstock on it, so you don't necessarily have to put as many dimensionals on the back because it'll be pretty sturdy. We're gonna see what I can get out of this piece. And see, I'm empty. So we're gonna just leave it like this. And then we're gonna stick it on the card front. And we're sticking it in that center. Okay, next we're going to take a circle. This is cut from the Stylish Shape dies, and this is the next to the largest, so it's not the largest, it's the next to the largest. And then we're just going to adhere it straight down right here. We're going to take and pop up that vase. So I need more dimensionals. We're going to put one here so it keeps that neck open, or keeps that neck up and solid. We will stick this in the center of that circle. Now let's stamp our sentiment, and we're gonna stamp it in Night of Navy on the Calypso Coral. And we are using the one that says, thank you for your hospitality. We are going to stamp it right here on our Calypso Coral. Then we are going to trim that down with this little cutter here too. We're gonna cut a little bit off there, flip it around, cut a little bit off over here, and then we're gonna trim off that top part. All right. Now, I'm going to show you a little trick on how I got the ribbon here. This is something that I've done for a long time, and I like it. So I'm not a huge, oh, thank you, Nancy. I'm not a huge fan of like thick ribbons, and so this is a thick one. I like it, but I don't like how thick it is. And so I'm crooked again, sorry guys. I'm going to show you what I do. I take and I cut off like a long piece of the ribbon, and then I take and I just trim it right down the edge. And I make it as thick or as skinny as I would like. Now, this one does fray, but I think that the fray in this one, for this card particularly, adds a good layer to it. It kind of makes it have that, you know, extra little elegant look to it, I think, in my personal opinion, but you know. All right, so we're gonna go with that piece, and then I can make one more card from it. We're also going to grab some linen thread. We're gonna take and trim off some linen thread about the same length. We're gonna grab them together, and then we're gonna tie a bow. Now, I am making it a messy bow all the way around, so I really don't care if it's twisted or anything like that, because I want it to be that messy look if I can get it to go through. Okay, I'm gonna take off some of that fray because I don't really want all that. And you are gonna have fray pieces everywhere, so if you don't like a mess, sorry. Okay, so then you're gonna take and we're gonna make it smaller because we don't want it too big, because we want that vase to really be seen. Thank you, Verna. I appreciate that comment. And I'm gonna tell you guys this. I meant to say this earlier too. If you don't already, you need to go follow the Paper Pumpkin Facebook page. If you are on Facebook, you need to go follow that page. There are some incredible cards on there this time. I'm talking, like, I was so amazed that I literally kept, so I always buy 3 extra kits every month. This month I only have 2 extra kits to give away or to sell, because the projects are so amazing that I have a second kit, or yes, a second kit for myself. for myself. They have done a really good job with the alternatives this month on this one. So I was quite impressed. Okay, so here we are going to put a dimensional there. And then we're going to put some adhesive here. And we're going to lay this right across here. Now our circle is flat, so we're able to go across our vase with no problem. And then we're going to take a glue dot and we're going to put it a little bow right here. Give that little messy bow. And last but not least, we're going to take the embellishments that come in the kit. And you know, I think this is actually Starry Sky, if I'm not mistaken. It kind of, I mean, it looks like Night of Navy, but then it looks like Starry Sky too. So I'm not sure, but I think it all looks good together. And then we're going to just place them around our vase. Right there. And then that is our card number 2. And I'm going to put these up here. And let's move some of this stuff out the way. I think I do need the linen thread. And I'm going to need my bone folder. All right, so the last project, which I'm super excited about, it is not my idea. I have seen this all over Pinterest and over some other several demonstrators websites. So it is a little, sorry, I'm putting my hair up. It is a little holder for your cards. So the paper pumpkin kits every month, when they are cards, they come with the envelopes. Okay, so there are, I think 9. Yep, 8, 9. All right, so I have 3 cards here. And now I have 7 cards, and all these cards will fit right here and here. And then I could still fit another 2 in here. And you could literally wrap this up and give it as a gift to someone. This would be the perfect gift for someone who loves to send out cards but doesn't have time to make them. So it is not my idea. I do not take credit for this at all. But I think it is a genius idea. And if I had lots of time, I would make a whole bunch of those to give to, or to make for like different craft fairs, because it is absolutely great. Okay, I did write the measurements on here so I didn't mess them up. 1 I've already scored. You don't need to watch me do it twice. You're going to have 2 pieces of the same size. When you go to the blog to look at the measurements for this project, you will see what they say is a long side and a short, or what I say is a long side and a short side. This is the long side. So when I say score on the long side, you're going to put the long side up against the top. So if you're using a scoreboard like this, which is what we're going to use, this is what you're going to put at the top to score. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to score on the long side at 3 and 4. And because I'm doing this as a 3D project, I'm going to use the fatter tip. All right, so 3 and 4. Now we're going to flip it to the short side. So we're going to do rotate it to the short side. So the short side is going to be up here, and we're going to score it 1. And then we're going to score it 5.5. Because the piece of paper is 6.5, so you want 1 inch on both sides. And it's by 11. So you do have to have 2 sheets of paper for this project, but that's okay. All right, we're going to go back to the long side, and we're going to go to 7. And what I want to do is I only want to score down to this top score line here. Okay, I'm going to flip the piece of paper over, go to 7, and score it. Then I'm going to flip it back over, and then I've got my score line there that I can run in the same direction with all the other ones. Okay, all right, so that is those measurements. You can take a screenshot, but it is on my blog, so you can go directly there. And the video that I am currently doing, it will be there too. So if you wanted to go back and look at it, then you can do that as well. Okay, now, it's been a long time since I've put this together, so I'm gonna see if I can remember. It is pretty easy, I promise. It's just been, I don't know, it's been about a month since I've put this box together. And then when I saw this kit, I thought it would be perfect for this kit. All right, so we're just burnishing on all those score lines. And here I'm not going to fold on that at all because I don't need to, because we're just gonna cut this whole section out of it, okay? We're gonna set that aside for just a minute. And then we're gonna fold all these. Because again, we're gonna cut off those long skinny parts there too. Okay, I'm gonna pull in my big scissors for this. We're gonna go straight up, and then we're gonna cut this whole thing off. Now I'm left-handed, so I'm gonna hold everything really weird compared to y'all, and I'm sorry. Okay, and then we're gonna do it on this side, and you can use a cutter if that is easier for you. You're definitely more than welcome to do that. You could do it on the paper cutter that Stampin' Up! Sells. You know, you have lots of, you have a clear arm that lays down, so you're able to see where to cut if you wanted to do that. Now, we do need to cut this piece here. So we're gonna just cut this straight to that score line, and then we're just going to notch one side. We're not going to do both sides, just the one. And I'm going to make this straight here. Maybe. There we go. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing over here. We're just going to cut straight up, and then we're only going to notch on the inside on the small tab itself. Okay, because we want our outsides to be uniform so that it makes it look nice. All right, so then over here, we're gonna cut and then cut. And then cut. Okay, let's do the other one. Let me move this. All right, and we're going to cut up and off and up and off. And I'm talking to myself, so I'm sorry. This one is just, you know, repeating the same words again, so. All right, now let's just cut our big pieces off our top. I'm gonna fold it again, get it good and creased, makes it a little easier. All right, so straight up, maybe. My hand is shaky. And then let's cut this way. And I'm gonna say this, if it's not a perfectly straight line, don't stress over it. Seriously, if you give this to someone as a gift, they are gonna love it. They are not gonna care that the lines are not straight. They're not gonna care at all. All right, so we got that, and then we're gonna trim it here. All right, so there's our two pieces. Now, we're gonna get some liquid glue, And we're gonna get some tear and tape. All right, so for our tear and tape, what I want to do, so this is gonna be our back piece. And actually, you know what, before we do anything, so these are gonna line up like this together, okay? I'm going to put those together. And one last time before I go and punch, I'm gonna stick, this is the online exclusive 1 3/4 circle punch. Now, I think it might be back on the website. If it's not, we all have circle punches we can use, right? And then we're just gonna go in. I'm just gonna kind of see if it looks even enough. Again, not necessarily fretting on it. And then I'm gonna punch through both of them. Now, it is a little harder to do through both, but I wanted to make sure that they were as even as possible there, okay? All right, now, so that's gonna be our back. So what I want to do is I want to put adhesive on this part here. So I'm gonna grab my tear and tape, and I'm gonna show you why we're doing it that way in a minute. I'm gonna grab tear and tape here and here, okay? And then I'm going to put tear and tape on the outside of this, like this, okay? And then let's do it on this side here. So it's gonna be on the outside. And then on the outside. Okay. All right. Now we're going to take all these little backings off. And on this one too. And maybe sometimes it doesn't want to come off. Sometimes it's not very nice to me. Okay, now I do not like for the little pieces to be on the inside, okay? I don't like it at all. So we are gonna take and put that on our piece like this, okay? Then we're gonna come over here to this one, do the same thing. And if you've watched me before, you know, I don't like that little piece to be on the inside at all. I want the inside to be smooth. Now I'm gonna take the front part and we're going to lay it over like this. And now it's all clean looking on the inside, as well as your cards, when you slide them in and out, are not gonna get stuck. It's not gonna rip the box. It's not gonna do any of that. It's gonna keep it clean and simple for the person that you give it to, or if you keep it for yourself. And then we're gonna do the other side. Line it up. All right, and then we'll set that piece aside. And then we're gonna do this one. And I'll try to move a little quicker with this one. And putting it on the little tabs is just to reinforce the bottom part here with our top tab, because you want to make sure that that has adhesive on it as well to secure, so it doesn't like catch when it's being moved around or, you know, anything like that. I want to make sure that when I give someone a little gift like this, that they can keep it for a while. You know, paper does eventually get, you know, wrinkled and all that stuff when it is being moved a lot. But the longer you can make it last by just those little extra steps, always is a good thing. There's plenty of boxes that I have gotten before, and I've had like this tab on the inside. And every time I would go to put something in it, it would like rip it. So this just gives it a little reinforcement and allows your box to last longer. All right, 2 more. Let's see, there we go. And then here. All right. All right, so we're gonna put this, and I'm gonna take that little extra piece that's over, I'm just gonna fold that on top of itself. All right, and then we're gonna go up like this, and then up like that, and then up like this. Okay, now last but not least, we're gonna pull out my arch nemesis here. We're gonna pull out some liquid glue. And we're going to lightly put glue all around. Because I want to make sure that it stays together. Then I'm going to just put this right over on top. And now what I can do is kind of stack it together like I do books or a stack of papers. And then we're just going to push it all together. And then you can stick your hand in and rub it together like that. And press it together. And then ta-da! So there is your box. Simple. It is so simple to put this together. I just gifted cards to message your bird. Oh, you know what? You could still give it to her now, Deb, and say, hey, look, this I found, and you need to have it for all your little cards. Okay, so now I'm going to take some, because you want this box to look pretty. So I took one of the card bases that is in the Paper Pumpkin kit because I wanted to add a little bit of that Calypso coral look to it. So let's see if I can get that back in there. So I've cut it down, and we're going to adhere it to all of our sides, okay? Make sure that you put them the right way because this print has boxes in it. So you want to make sure it goes in the right direction. And I'm going to put some glue on it, and we're going to adhere it maybe. Okay, and then we'll do the other side real quick. I second guessed myself, thinking I maybe put it upside down. All right, that one will go there. And then we're gonna put on the side too, because we want all sides to look pretty. And it'll also help to kind of cover up that center part so that it doesn't really go there. You know, you don't see it as much. All right. You could also do it like a belly band. I've seen a lot of people do it with the belly band, which is kind of cool too. It might be a little too irritated with belly bands because they don't line up perfectly. So I decided that cutting it like this would be a whole lot easier for me. Okay, so we've got that. Now we're going to take that big white ribbon that we used. This ribbon is great for projects like this. You can take and tie a big old bow on it, which just adds to your project. It makes it simple, a simple little addition to it. And I might not have cut or done that well, but there we go. Okay, and then we'll trim off this side here. And then we've got our bow. Now we're gonna do a little bit more fussy cutting. I'm sorry. But this time we're just gonna cut the flowers out, okay? So we are literally gonna cut all of the stems off. And so on this one, I'm cutting literally on the edge of the flower. And it will not be perfect, but it'll be okay. You can kind of create your own roundness to your flower if you want, which is kind of what I'm doing. And now I'll go into the Calypso Coral one. And I'm gonna cut off this extra stuff so it gets out of my way. Makes it a little easier to handle when you don't have all that extra pieces to it. And if you take your time at it, it'll look much better than mine. I promise. All right. And a little bit more, and then we will be done. Let me cut. I just want to make sure that I get kind of all the green off of it because I don't really want it to come into play with our box. Okay, there we go. Now we are going to grab this big old circle here. We are going to stamp our sentiment, and our sentiment is going to say thank you. And where's my Calypso Coral? So this could be like a little hostess gift. This could be a thank you for taking care of my dog gift. This could be, you know, thank you for praying for me. Thank you for whatever. This could be just a thank you. You could change up the sentiment all you want as well. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we are going to stamp our vase, and I'm going to grab this piece here, and here's our little vase, and we're going to line it up as best we can because the vase is actually smaller than the stamp itself. So I just want to hover over it, get it as close as possible. Okay, and then you'll see it's got a little bit over there, which is fine. Just want to make sure I get the whole thing covered and there's no white, and there's not. Look at there. Okay. Now we are going to take and pop that up right there. We're going to stick it there. And then we're going to take and put dimensionals only on the bottom half of our circle. So we're going to go across there. And I'm putting a lot on there because I want to make sure it doesn't come off, since it's going to be sticking up over our little thing there. Oh, and you know what? First, before I do that, I have a piece of Balmy Blue. We're going to cut a flag on one side of it. There we go. We're going to adhere it down first because we want there to be a little blue kind of in that background to offset all of that Calypso Coral. So we're going to sit this right about here. And then we're going to make sure that our little circle pretty much covers it up. And if it doesn't, just trim off the edge. Let's stick it in like this. We're just gonna trim that off. Maybe. There we go. Because I don't want that to show on the other side. And then we're just gonna stick that right there. Okay. And then we are gonna take our flowers and we're gonna put a little bit of adhesive on this yellow one here, and then we're gonna put dimensionals on those. A little bit of adhesive, and then 2 dimensionals and 1 dimensional. And then we're gonna stick it right here. Like that. And then last but not least, we want to take our linen thread and tie a big bow onto there. And we will take a glue dot for that. I'm gonna grab one of my little ones from my paper pumpkin kit, and we're gonna stick it right there. Those paper pumpkin ones come in handy. And then there we go. All right, so that is our little box. We can take and stick that in there. And there you go. All right, let me get my ink pads closed up so I don't mess up everything we just did. All right, so there is our box. And we're just gonna have one in there. How about that? There's our box. And then, oh, and then I put the cards in here, didn't I? Sure did. And then we've got both of our cards. Now, normally with the paper pumpkin, I do tell y'all that I don't do make and takes. I usually kind of give you a little special. This week, I actually do have enough to do make and takes if you would like them. So when you order a minimum of $35 before tax and shipping, you can get all of these projects, the make and take projects, for free. I put them in the mail. So because I'm doing this on Wednesday, you have until, I believe it's Saturday, I think that's what I did it as, Saturday or Sunday, to get your orders in. Again, $35 before tax and shipping, and then you will get these make and takes in the mail to you. And I do have enough, so we're good to go with that, because you're not using, you know, you're using some of it, but I have enough. Anyway, so that's it for tonight. I've been thinking about what to do for next week, and I'm not sure yet. I don't know yet. We may do Lazy Days. We may do the one that has the rocking chair in it, because I keep going back to that one. So, but it's going to be a surprise to me too. Usually I can kind of figure out what I'm doing for the next week, but this week I have no idea. But if you have any questions, let me know. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. Don't forget to share, and then obviously make sure you comment so that you can get into the prize drawing for next week. And I hope you guys enjoyed the projects, and I'll see you next time. Bye.